Okay, so who puts Jack Daniels in mimosas?
It's called, they have a page like in the menu called Jack It Up, and all of the drinks on that page have Jack Daniels in them, and it was called a something mimosa. I can't remember what it was called, but it was good. It was, one of those big ass gigantic margarita glasses.
Oh, Lord help us.
And so it's Jack Daniels, champagne, and orange juice. I don't think it was champagne. It's probably, just
sparkling wine.
But
it's generally all sparkling wine. They,
yeah. But
like
on the menu it said champagne, but I don't think
they call everything champagne. Where did you go to Schooners at? Here?
In Ridgecrest.
Oh, they've got one out there too?
Okay. Here? We don't have a Schooners here. It's in
Lancaster.
Exactly, in Lancaster. But no, yeah, Schooners in Ridgecrest.
All right.
They had every football game on.
This morning?
Mm-hmm.
You were in Ridgecrest this morning?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Ask her a follow-up question to that.
I'm just going to leave that at that.
Just going to leave that alone. Okay. Wise man you are. Okay, guys. We're back. We got Master P, Producer P in the house. I like Master P now. I like that better. Yeah, you like it. He likes it. Brandy's having Jack Daniels mimosas. But was it good?
It was good. I drank it.
It was just too heavy?
Oh my God, that breakfast burrito was like the best breakfast burrito I've ever had. It was so good.
What made it so good?
It was just really good. Like, Tom's has breakfast burritos. I always go there. But like the one at Schooners was really good.
They seasoned it well?
It was just good. I don't know. And then they give you the salsa and sour cream on the side. And they give it to you with chips. But
no, that ain't right.
Yeah, like tortilla chips, nacho chips. But the burrito was good. I couldn't finish it. And it was huge. It was like that long.
That's like a foot long.
Yeah, I cut it in half. I have the other half because I couldn't eat all of it. It was really good. It was delicious.
It's delish. Nice. Well, it's October, guys. This year has flown by, and it's almost 2024, and
we are in Q4 right now.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this.
It has flown. The year is almost over.
All right. Cool. Well,
all right, cool.
I'm Sunny Hepburn.
And I'm Brandy Fleeks.
And today we have with us again
Preston White.
And this is
Book of Lies.
The podcast.
It's Bolt, bitches.
Yes. We've been really busy. I've been really busy. Soccer season's in full effect. We've been having like lots of meetings and groundbreakings in the district and stuff. So
groundbreakings.
Yeah. Yes. And now like I feel like we're finally equipped with all the equipment that we need with the direction of you, Master P.
Except we still don't have a lock on the door.
Damn it. Yes. And honestly,
that's the one thing that we've been talking about since we started.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. I will get that done. I will work on that this week. Oh, I've got the Bark at the Park this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like my Super Bowl for dog biscuits. That's like my biggest event. I have people come back. They're like, hey, we're looking for you. I'm like, hey, you found me. Buy some biscuits. You're like, okay. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm going to be baking lots of dog biscuits this week. We have a new flavor. It's turmeric, peanut butter, and CBD for the bougie old dogs who don't want to take their medicine.
Peanut butter, turmeric, CBD.
Right. Like I had a customer and she swears by my turmeric CBD dog biscuits for her little dog. And she's like, oh my gosh, like she loves them, but she's not eating them anymore. She's refusing them. I was like, how dare her? She's like, well, maybe you could mix some peanut butter in it. And I was like, I could do that for you. And voila, we have a new biscuit. So I'm going to add that to the website.
A new biscuit.
A new biscuit, a new concoction. So beautiesbiscuits.com, offer code LIES. All of you guys get 15% off if you use that offer code. So thank you very much. And we're going to talk about some scams today.
Oh, yeah. What are we talking about today, Sonny?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to open up my phone and get my notes. But do you remember around 2013, 2016, when everybody was getting all those fucking IRS calls? All of the, hey, this is the IRS. You've done something bad. Give us money or you go to jail. That shit. This is what we're talking about.
Something bad.
You've done something bad. You're going to jail.
Was it, didn't they call your husband and say something like
they sure did.
A car had something.
Don't tell the story. We're gonna talk about it.
I remember it was like, what?
Exactly. Precisely. Yes, exactly. So we're gonna talk about it. So let me open up my notes. Give me a second. But yeah, like, who the fuck do y'all think you are calling my phone with some bullshit? But that's what they did.
I'm glad I never got one of those.
Well, they were
like, who is this?
They were targeting a certain group of people, and we will discuss that too. Wait a minute. Again, this happened between 2013 and 2016, and this was actually going on in India.
The calls were coming from India?
Yeah, it was coming from a call center in Ahmedabad, India, and it was coming from some call centers. The owner of the call center, his name is Hatish Madhabhai Patel, or he also, I know so many names, and he also went by Hatish Patel as well. So he owned these call centers at the time of his, anyway, it doesn't matter how old he was, a 40-year-old dude, right? He owned these call centers, and he had employees in India calling U.S. citizens, people who were immigrants, people, seniors. He had them call and impersonate agents from the IRS, the USCIS, which is the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. And they called us because my husband's an immigrant, and that was right after, and actually it was kind of during the time that we were getting his citizenship in order. And I was like, why are they calling here? And so,
how did they get this information though?
Right. So they would get this identifiable information. They would find it on social media and other sources. I feel like they had like snitches. They were probably buying this information, buying phone numbers, emails, and things like that. Because when they were calling me by my maiden name. So I was like, okay, I've changed my name legally. Like, who are you guys looking for? Because she doesn't exist anymore. She's gone.
She's dead.
She's dead. But they were calling using VoIP numbers, which is voice over IP. And I happened to work for a call center at that time. And we were selling VoIP services. We owned a couple of different companies, and we would have people call on the regular trying to get phone numbers. And with our system, it was I'm not saying they used our system. I'm saying they used a system similar to ours, if not ours. But it allows you to change your caller ID. So they would spoof numbers and say they were calling from these organizations like the IRS or immigration. They even pretended to be from the Canadian Immigration Services and the Australian services. They were just fucking doing the most. So what they would do is call you and say that, hey, what they said to Jamal was that he had rented a car in Texas and that the car was pulled over or got tickets or something. Law enforcement had gotten a hold of the vehicle, which makes no sense at all, and that they had found drugs in the car, and that they were going to deport him. And I was just like, y'all can eat a dick. That's not what... Bye. Hang up.
None of this is factual.
None of this is true. But they would call people and say, hey, you haven't paid your taxes. This is the IRS. You owe us money. And really hound people and scare people and force people into paying them. Like they would ask for like prepaid cards, of course. They would ask them to
Well,
transfer
can you get a
money.
hold of a prepaid card? It's like, what?
Well, this guy created this whole operation. They had people in the U.S. also doing this, like getting the cards, like, oh, hey, drop the card here, like, you know, meet this person there. And they would do it because of fear of getting arrested. That's usually what the thing was. You're either going to get arrested or deported. But this scam was wildly successful. They said at the time that it was happening, the U.S. Treasury Inspector General for Tax Administration referred to this scam as the largest scam of its kind that they had ever seen. And this was in 2014. It ended at 2016. And I guess the BBB said that this was the most popular scam of 2016 because everybody was like, hey, like, I don't know if everybody was saying it, but I feel like you and I kind of talked about it. Mm-hmm. Did we talk about it?
I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but I remember you saying that, you know, he got this call and I was like,
yeah,
what?
Right. And then we were like, hey, fools, the IRS don't call you.
Yeah, they don't call you.
They don't call you. They'll send you a letter.
So check your mail.
So, in 2016, when they figured this out, and it took a while for like the officers and the offices here and the people and the powers that be to figure out who it was who did it. And the guy was in India. So they're like, okay,
there ain't nothing they can do about it.
Well, technically, when they found out what this guy was doing, he was also like laundering money. He had a bunch of shell companies and he owned a few call centers, right? So he's also like defrauding banks and getting loans in India, saying, because he's like, you know, making the money move around here, there, whatever, and saying, hey, I've got all this money, but it's just like a shell game. You're just moving the money left and right. Gets loans. Of course, he had to have like the luxurious lifestyle. So he actually got arrested in India. They arrested him.
For who arrested
money
him?
laundering.
Okay.
The Indians.
Okay.
For money laundering.
I was like, because I'm pretty sure the
states,
IRS can't do shit from over here.
No. So,
in India.
No. He got arrested over there. And what had happened was he bribed the police or the jail system or whatever to let him out.
In India
in 2016. And when he was released, he took off to Singapore? Right?
Singapore.
It's
Singapore.
I'm sorry. Excuse the fuck out of me. Yes. So, he fled to Singapore. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Okay. Singapore. And so the U.S. is trying to get a hold of him. And what they did is they reached out to Singapore and they actually extradited him and sent his ass to the United States, April of 2019, to face charges in a large-scale telefraud and money laundering scheme.
April of 2019. Wow, okay.
Yes, exactly. So he defrauded, they say, between $10 to $20 million from U.S. citizens, which is a lot of fucking money. But people get scared so easily. Like, you call me, like, yeah. Do you know where I am? How did you get this number? I don't believe you. And then you hang up and they don't call back.
You said they were targeting immigrants, though, right?
Yes.
Because I feel like that's another. A lot of times they're not going to. They want to be here, so
yeah, exactly.
They're not going to question.
You're right, and I think that's why they targeted them because they're like, oh, they're scared. They want that citizenship.
Yeah, and they might not know the laws either.
That is true. So come to Book of Lies podcast, and we'll keep. Let us know first, okay? Before you send the money, let us know. Send us an email, bookofliespodcast@gmail.com.
Hey, this guy's asking me for money. Should I send it to them?
Don't do it. It's fake. It's fake.
If they're asking you for like prepaid cards and gift cards and shit like that, it's definitely a scam.
Yeah. And they had scripts as well. So they had,
of course.
So when I was looking up this scam, they had all kinds of scammer scripts online.
Okay.
I know, for different things.
Okay.
And I was just like
How to Be a Scammer 101.
it was like call center scammer scripts, and it was like for an investor scammer script for this, and I was just like, I think this stuff needs to be taken down. Like, don't share this information.
Information is available everywhere. You can find it on the dark web if it's not, right out there in the open. So
I guess
either way.
So the scripts that they had included because they were impersonating the IRS, the USCIS like, for the immigrants, the Canadian Revenue Agency, the Australian Tax Office, payday loan fraud, and U.S. government grant fraud, and debt collection fraud. So they would call and depend on like who they were talking to, try and run different fraud scripts on you, you know? So in April 2019, he was brought here back to the United States to face charges for money laundering and the scams, right?
Being a scammer.
Being a scammer. Okay, and so he did flee India in September of 2018. So he was living the free life for about, 7 months until we came for his ass. Oh, yes, and how he was corresponding with his co-conspirators. He was using WhatsApp, which is funny. WhatsApp, email, messaging, and they would exchange credit card numbers because they would get credit card numbers.
Oh my God.
They would give call center operation instructions, all kinds of things because he's the head of the snake. So he's doing all this stuff. But in January 9 of 2020, and I got this information from the Department of Justice. What other website? AmericanKahani.com.
American what?
Kahani.com and IndianExpress.com. Anyway, he was sentenced in January 9th, 2020 for guess how much time he got?
6 years.
60?
6.
6. No, more.
12.
Preston, do you want to guess?
15?
20. He got 20 years.
20 years. Okay, good.
And he had to pay restitution of 9.6. I'm sorry. That was a lie. $8.9 million to the identified victims. And he was among 60 people who were charged in this fraud.
60
people.
Damn. So
That's
did they arrest
huge.
all of those people?
60 people that were charged, yeah. And like 24 of them were like U.S. immigrants. Not U.S. immigrants. They were immigrants operating in the U.S. and then they were deported. Get out, fuckers. But they all
Making
had
threats
to pay,
against immigrants.
They all had to pay. I'm not me? Say that again? What'd you say?
They were making threats against other immigrants.
Yeah, they're like, oh, call my brother. He's scared. I don't know
What?
if that's true. I'm not sure. I do wonder how they got this information. Like, anytime I go online and I fill out something, I get bombarded with emails. And then when you try and remove yourself, there's more. They're just, like, data mining. I know they got some of the stuff from social media, but I'm just like, how do you know that my husband's an immigrant?
How do you know?
How do you know? But the Texas thing, I was just like, that makes no sense. Like, why would y'all say that?
Just making up shit.
And then they would say, hey, your social security number is being suspended. Did they ever tell you that?
Yeah.
Did you ever
Well, I didn't get that, but I think you said that he did. Yeah, they were going to suspend his social security number because of the drugs.
Right. Jamal don't do drugs. He ain't laundering drugs. He's too scary for any of that. You got to walk the line when you're here. Do you know what I'm saying? Have you ever gotten any calls like that, Preston?
I don't think I've ever gotten anything that said I was going to have my social security number suspended, because I just wonder, like, what does that even mean?
That's not a thing. It's not a thing.
No,
So
I mean, how do you? It's like an identification number. Like, I understand like a driver's license or something, but how
Right.
would you suspend like a social security number?
the thing that you need
Right.
for
Like,
everything.
You just can't use it anymore.
Okay, good.
I got to get a new one?
Good.
What's happening?
Debt collectors won't find me then.
I wish.
Suspend it.
Take it. Give me a new one. But like you said, they're immigrants and they may not know what the laws really are or what can and cannot be done and so forth. But he got sentenced in Texas, actually. Maybe that's why they said Texas. Because he was sentenced in... So he was convicted in the Southern District of Texas. So he got 20 years there. They said for years, this individual preyed on the fears of his victims to perpetrate a global scheme to manipulate U.S. institutions and taxpayers. And this was Special Agent Mark B. Dawson of the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement's Homeland Security investigations in Houston. So they were doing all the investigations. And I feel like Texas gets a lot of immigrants.
Well, they're a border state, so yeah.
Right, and as are we.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why he was hit in Texas. But I was telling y'all what the charges were that he got. Okay, so he was sentenced for the charges of wire fraud conspiracy, general conspiracy to commit identification fraud, access device fraud, money laundering,
Access device fraud.
and impersonation of a federal officer or employee. Those are all the things that he was charged for. So maybe that's why it was 20 years. I feel like if you impersonate, like, an official person that's... Because if you work for the IRS, you are a federal officer, correct?
Fuck, man, I don't
Right.
care about them people.
Yeah, I think so.
Fucking people, I don't care about them people. Well, yeah. Yeah, so that's what he got hit with, and that's what he got sentenced for. And I just remember this shit. So it was between 2013 and 2016. And hopefully you won't be getting any more of those phone calls unless someone else decides to pick up where he left off.
I'm sure somebody will.
Don't listen to this podcast and then start doing some fraud shit, y'all. Like, just because there's like a power vacuum.
There's an opening now.
There's an opening now for this position. Don't play. But I loved when those calls stopped coming. I was just like, oh, thank God they stopped calling. And I would block the number. And then one time...
They were calling multiple times?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, did I tell you that this woman called me recently? And she was like, is this Bank of America? And I was like, no. Like, she called my cell phone. And I was like, no. And she was like, oh, well, this number called me a while ago, and I was just calling back because I thought this was my bank. And I was like, no, you have the wrong number, and I hung up.
Okay.
And then I called her back. I said, where did you, because I found out that she had the number in her phone, because I was like, where did you get this number from? And she was like, I was like, was this on a statement or something? Like, where did you get this number? And she was like, because it came from another 661 number, and she said she called a toll-free number, and it led to my phone. And I was like, that don't sound right. Did you get this off of a statement, or was this a number that called you? And she was like, it was a number that called me, and I called it back. I was like, okay, so it sounds like someone's trying to, do something, like steal your information or fraud you or whatever. I'm just calling you back because it's my number, and I got a little nervous, and she was an older woman. So I was like, just be careful.
That was an old lady. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, just be careful when anybody calls you and says that they're X, Y, or Z and asking for personal information. Don't give it to them. She was like, oh, thank you so much. And I was like, do you rent or own? Do you want to sell your house? Hey, every opportunity I get to
Meanwhile, don't give anybody information, but do you own your house?
Tell me I'm a real person.
Weirdo.
I'm the real deal. It's okay. You can talk to me.
Do you think that your number just got randomly generated? You know, are you telling you how they randomly generated it? It just happened?
I think that's like, I have shared my phone number on like marketing material for real estate purposes, and they called, the person that they called was a 661 number, which is, our area code. So I think they just went online and found a number, and then I have no idea, honestly. But if she called the toll-free number and it was forwarded to my number, that means that they put my number in a system. And I've never received phone calls like this before, ever. So it's a little shady. I don't know. It's a little shady. It's scary. I don't know. Maybe I should get a different number, man.
I feel like she got
You've had that
called
number for like ever.
I know. That's true.
I think she got called, and it was one of those. It just randomly. They either picked yours out to use it as like a mask number,
Okay.
and then she called it back thinking that it was
Okay.
Bank
Bank
of
of
America.
America, right.
Or she's trying to scam you.
She never called back. She didn't ask me for any information. But I could tell she was an older woman, and I was like generally worried for her, and I called her back. And I was like, "Hey Cheryl, it's Sunny. Remember we just talked?" I looked it up and I Googled it for her. I found the actual number to Bank of America, and I was just like, "Call the number on the back of your card, lady. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on now. Don't just..."
Because I don't call random numbers that call me.
Right.
And especially if you don't leave a message, I'm not calling you back.
But she did say this number called me a while ago, and she was calling back.
The weirdest thing that ever happened is my own number called me.
What?
Right. I looked at it and I did a double take. Like, wait a second, this is my number. Like, how? I'm not calling myself.
What's
So
happening?
it must have been one of those randomly generated ones. I mean, obviously, I didn't even answer, but I was just
Right.
like, what?
That's
Like,
funny.
Who is this?
Get over here.
It's people will scam the shit out of you for any which way. People are getting desperate right now this time of year. The holidays are coming up. So, and then, oh my God, all these fucking break-in robberies, like these people stealing just shit, broad daylight robberies. I don't know what's happening right now. Like, do you follow like the AV scanner page? No, I started following them, and all I see is just like crime locally, and it's kind of scary. It's kids. It's fucking kids that are doing stupid shit. Like, parents, talk to your kids.
That doesn't work.
Give your kids money. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand.
Give your kids money.
No, they're just like, you've seen them just like going into Macy's, going into, different stores in the mall and just taking shit. And I don't know like where this came from, where people think this is cool.
Because in California, they have a no chase rule where stores, if you're in there stealing shit and you make it out the door, they're not going to chase you. So you get out the door, you're free and clear. I mean, the police will get you.
Right, exactly.
But the store people, the people in the store are not going to get you, and they're not going to fight you for some shit because they don't know if you're armed or not.
Right.
So they're not going to lose their lives over some fucking merchandise that is more than likely insured. And if it's Macy's, like if it's, a mall store or a chain store, they have insurance for that. That covers their losses.
This is true.
So they're like, don't worry about it. Let them go. The police will get them.
Right. Which they do. They have cameras all over the fucking place. Like, I was watching a video on Instagram, and this guy broke into some market in Lancaster, and he was just shopping. He took wine and snacks. He broke in through the window.
He was hungry.
Just looking around. Wine and snacks. Stop it.
Was it a homeless person?
I don't know where he lives. I don't know.
I don't know where he lives.
I don't know his status of his home or anything like that, but it's just kind of scary right now. And like these kids are like kicking on people's doors and shit, and I'm just like, please stop. But be careful out there, honestly, because like I said, the holidays are coming up and people get real desperate. And then the scams start. They usually start around the holidays. The scams. Scam season. When you get your next scam call, that'll be the beginning of the scam season. We'll mark that day.
Okay, cool.
For scam season.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else we got? I started watching P-Valley.
Oh yeah. Didn't you finished it, right?
I fucking did.
Okay.
I finished it in like 4 days. Have you watched P-Valley, Preston? Do you have stars? You missed the deal for the $3 stars for 3 months. Sorry.
Is it over?
It ended September 30th.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be another one.
There will always be one. I never had stars, and so I got the deal because I wanted to watch John Wick 4. Did you see John Wick 4? It was good. But I started watching P-Valley, and I was just like, wow.
I have stars on my Amazon, so yeah.
You can watch it. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's a lot of scamming and ass shaking and all kinds of things on P-Valley.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You looked confused.
Because I was like, I thought you were talking about John Wick, and I was like,
no. No.
Scamming?
No. You didn't see John Wick 4?
No.
I haven't seen any of the John Wicks. I know.
Really?
No, none of them.
Why not, Preston?
I spend a lot of time watching more sports than anything, I guess.
That's true.
But I don't know. I guess I missed the first one, and then I was like, oh, there's another one that came out.
And another one.
Right.
Do you have Peacock?
Yeah.
All 3 John Wick movies are on Peacock. And then for the 4th, you got to go to Stars. Or, you could just ask for the login credential, dog. I got you, boy.
I'll have to. We took forever just to watch Game of Thrones, so even that was.
Yeah. Oh, I can't. Well, is the writer's strike over?
The writer's strike is over. The SAG-AFTRA strike is not. But are they SAG actors?
For Game of Thrones?
Yeah. I don't think they are. The, what is it? House of the Dragons?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think they're SAG actors.
Did you watch House of Dragons?
I haven't seen the House of Dragons yet.
That was pretty good. That one was pretty good, too.
We'll have to watch it.
Did you finish Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Next move is House of Dragons, of course. No, I just know a lot of people are like out of work right now. And a lot of people up here work in like Hollywood for, different things. And they're out of work. So did the government shut down yet?
No.
I think they made a deal.
It was averted. Crisis averted.
Sweet. I was very hopeful.
They pushed it
Yeah, I saw that this morning.
to like November.
Oh, so they pushed their deadline to November. So they haven't settled
At least
anything.
that's what I saw. I didn't really read into it that much, but that's what I thought I saw.
All right.
Did you see something different?
I just saw a headline that said the strike. There won't be a shutdown. It said shutdown averted or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, okay. I don't care.
I was talking to Liz's mom at the game yesterday, and she was kind of filling me in on it. And I was just like, oh, shit, like, I'm oblivious to all kinds of things unless I talk to somebody and they let me know, like,
Yeah, shutdown averted.
what's happening.
Congress narrowly averts shutdown and passes stopgap bill. So, don't care.
Cool.
I don't even care.
What do you care about, Brandy? Tell us.
I need a nap.
All right.
And I have to go pick up my child later. So,
You had too much fun this
from
weekend?
her dad's house. I always have fun. What are you talking about?
Well, excuse me. Okay.
We went to the fair on Friday, and of course, those fucking okay. So the wristbands, the whole wristband thing. They're $50 now. Weren't they $60 before? They're $50 now.
I feel like they were like $45.
Well, they're $50 fucking dollars. And I was like, I'm not paying $50 for no damn wristband for the whole
Unlimited
the
everything,
unlimited
right.
rides, especially because Gracie's 8 and she can't ride all the rides. She can only ride the little kid rides. So I was like, I'm not getting no fucking $50 wristband for these little rinky dink ass rides over here. So I got her a $25 wristband for 20 tickets.
And each ride is like 9 tickets.
No, they had. Well, she didn't get on the 3-ticket ride. The most was 7, and that was the little roller coaster, the little caterpillar
Because it's the
roller
little
coaster.
kid section as
Right.
well.
So that one was 7 tickets. She got on that. She got on the swing, the swing thing. She got on. She went in the little fun house, mirror house that was like a 3-second walk from the entrance to the. I was like, I don't even know why you wasted tickets on that. But she went on that, and the carousel. She went on the carousel, so she got on 4 rides. I was like, if you had divided up your tickets and just ridden 5-ticket rides, ridden 5-ticket rides, you could have ridden 5 rides or whatever, 4 rides or whatever. I don't know. I don't even remember anymore.
Kids aren't rational. Stop it.
Yeah, because then she wanted to spend. I was like, okay, you still have 6 tickets. You have 6. You don't have to ride everything right now. We can go get something to eat, and then you can come back, because we got there when it opened.
Okay.
So there wasn't a whole bunch of people.
Sweet.
There was no lines. She got on every ride immediately. I was like, you can wait. Wait. Because there was one that she wanted to ride, but they were like, you have to ride. There has to be other people on the ride.
Oh, and she couldn't ride it because there weren't other people
Right.
there.
And so I was like, okay, so let's just go. We'll walk around, and we'll come back. And then she was like, but I want to ride. And I'm like, you don't have to spend up all your tickets right now. Like, what is wrong with you, child? So she got on the carousel and spent up her damn thing. I was like, hey, we're leaving now. I mean, your tickets are done. We're not, I mean, I didn't come to spend money. Came so you could ride rides. So...
Did you have any fried pickles or anything fried?
They didn't have any fried pickles. I had corn. They had esquites. So we got some corn with the cheese and mayo and chili. Gracie had cotton candy. And then I went, like, you know how the front they usually have the beer? They didn't even have, like, any beer. They had 4 beers. They were all light beers. And I was like, this is wrong. She said, well, they have craft beer over there. I was like, I don't want no fucking craft beer. I just really wanted a Budweiser. That was all I wanted.
You should have snuck that shit in, bro.
I ended up getting a double Jack and Coke because that's what they had. They had mixed drinks there now. And I was just like, yeah. And then a drink was $11. So my double Jack and Coke was $22 because, just like top shelf stuff was $13, but Jack Daniels is not top shelf, apparently. So it was $22 drink
for a double shot. And was it as big as this?
It was like the regular size cups. They have the tire store cups.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, we need to leave this place. So I wanted a hot dog. I didn't get one. Actually, I wanted a brat, but no, didn't have that. Just went in, Gracie rode rides, and then we left.
Y'all went to the fair as well, didn't you, Preston?
Yeah, Saturday.
How was it?
We had a good time. Same experience, basically. We did buy the wristbands because my kids went on a bunch of stuff, but then my youngest one isn't as tall, like supposed to be as tall. So then he wants to go on this other one. And obviously, Olivia wasn't old enough to go with him. So I was like, oh, so I thought about buying extra tickets and I was like, I'm not, it would have been like $15 for 10. And I was like, no, I was like, you're going to have to just go on rides that you can go on. So it was a meltdown because of that, but he rallied and they went on quite, I do wonder if I added up all the ones that they went on, like how many tickets, if it got to the price of the wristband. Crazy. But it's just like we've gone the other way too, and we run out, and then we're like, oh, we should have just bought the.
Yeah, I feel like there's always a feeling of regret, no matter what. Do you know what I'm saying? Damn it, I should have bought more tickets. Damn, I should have bought it this way. I felt like last year I was just like, wow, like. I felt like all the prices were super inflated last year.
Yeah.
They're still up.
Yep.
Yeah. Fortunately, my children have not asked to go to the fair. So, buy some dog biscuits and I'll take them to the fair. Beautiesbiscuits.com. Buy some dog. All right, Brandon, you have a thumbs up for the week?
Thumbs up for the week. Let's see.
We're back to recording on Sundays. Yay.
Yeah. Thumbs up for the week. I don't know. Do you have a thumbs up for the week?
Woo! It's the beginning of October. Like I said, I got Bark in the Park this week, and I'm really excited for that. So I've just been baking dog biscuits, making biscuit dough. Got to ship out some biscuits. So I feel, blessed that I have business. So that's good. I'm glad it's going to warm up because it's been freaking cold this weekend and I don't like that. Other than that, I don't know. How about you, Master P? What you got?
I think this last weekend, it was kind of nice to see the soccer teams that they were.
Yeah.
We were putting in so much work, and to see the kids actually improving has been nice.
Yeah.
Instead of just, because especially for the U8, sometimes you're just like, I don't know if these kids are getting anything that I'm telling them. And we're spending an hour a week to.
Right. And it's when we're on the sideline and we're like, what are you doing? No, stay. Go. I felt like they were like kind of holding their own on the field. I feel like PJ is so just great out there. Like he was like, what you need me to do? I got this. Like, give me the ball, coach.
But even the other kids.
Yeah.
I thought Nolan, he hit the.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Some of our other little kids.
He was so cute. I was just like, go! Like he was. He said his legs are so little, and he was just like, I thought he almost was going to get his first goal, and that would have just been like everything for him, I'm sure. Like, he's so cute. He's so tiny. Cute and tiny. Yeah, no, but you're right. They are like coming together as a team. They are figuring it out. I think like totally going off topic, but whatever. I feel like we got to like practice with them like holding positions. Like when like, hey, if you're forward or you're defender, you need to kind of play this area, like give them boundaries. Like, hey, don't go too far. Come back to your position, because I feel like my kid was all across the field. Like where are you even playing?
Sometimes it's not bad to just let them
Yeah.
let them go, though,
Yeah.
because position-wise, from what I've seen, they start focusing more on that instead of just like,
Yeah.
they'll kick the ball and they won't run, and you're just like,
Follow
like
the ball.
continue. But
Yeah.
soccer's such a crazy. You're constantly moving, so you want positions, but you don't. So it's
Right.
it's confusing for them.
It is. And when they get to like a higher league, a higher level, it just all comes together. Like when I'm reffing the 12U games and stuff, I see those girls out there and I'm like, you guys are crushing. You're passing to each other. You're playing your positions and all kinds of things. So like at the age group that they are right now, they're still learning, but they're having fun. But when they get older, they're going to just dominate. Total domination. Yes. But anyway, hey guys. Thanks for listening. If you aren't already, go ahead and connect with us online. You can follow us on Instagram or Facebook at Book of Lies Podcast. I'm going to call it Twitter, Book of Lies Pod. You can visit our website, bookofliespodcast.com. Patrons, hey guys, we love you. We owe you some content. It's coming. So if you aren't a patron, become one. Meet us on Patreon, patreon.com/Book of Lies Podcast. And there is some bonus content there now, and there will be some more bonus content coming up. So check that out. And I'm Sunny Hepburn.
And I'm Brandy Fleeks.
Preston White.
And this was
Book of Lies.
the podcast.
It's Bolt Bitches.
Hello, Twisted Humans. Do you find yourself wanting to know more about the latest murder, conspiracy, cult, or haunting? Then this is the podcast for you. In 1952, there was a record high of UFOs reported. 1,500 sightings.
There has been evidence of human sacrifice, devil worship, and it is haunted by more spirits than can be counted.
A family of 2 adults and 2 kids reportedly saw a giant flying thing with glowing red eyes.
And meanwhile, the family's nanny that helped Veronica to care for her and Lucian's children was found bludgeoned to death in the basement of their family home. I'm Alicia.
And I'm Sierra, and this is Twisted and Uncorked.